Cara Williams Show is brought to you by Salem, the filter cigarette that brings you a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. Salem softness freshens your taste.
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes.
Salem softness freshens your taste.
Salem softness freshens your taste. Smoke Salem cigarettes.
Salem gives you a modern filter, plus rich tobacco taste, smoothed with menthol, softened with fresh air. For Salem's special paper breathes in fresh air with every puff to bring you Salem's air-softened taste.
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes.
Salem softness freshens your taste.
Cara.
Hi, Frank.
What's with the outfit? Oh, boy.
Frank Bridges, if you say one word, you sleep on the sofa tonight.
What are you trying to do? Advertise the fact that we're married?
I'm sorry, hon. Mr. Bridges?
Yes, Miss Welton. You'll get us fired.
Isn't this awful?
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. The hairdresser said it was inspired by the Cleopatra movie.
That's Elizabeth Taylor's hairdo?
No, Rex Harrison's.
Rex Harrison?
Isn't it awful?
Yeah. Once I let them talk me into a Lassie clip. Even my dog hated it.
Oh, isn't this terrible? Have you got a comb? I'm going to comb this out. My regular hairdresser, Andre, moved to New York. Hello.
Miss Wilton? Hold on, please.
I don't know what I'm going to do without Andre. He's the greatest. I've got a good mind to pack my bags and fly to New York just to be with him. To me, there's nobody like him. He's fabulous. And he's so artistic.
Miss Wilton, Mr. Seeger called while you were out to lunch. He wants the Cross and Quigley file returned.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How about that? Cara Wilton's moving to New York.
You're kidding. Why would she do that and give up her pension?
She's marrying an artist.
An artist?
You know those phone operators, they know everything.
Well, if the company's moving to New York, I better look for another job.
Hello, Bertha. Me. Listen to what I just heard in the coffee shop. Well, if you'll stop and take a breath, I'll tell you.
The company's moving to New York.
Why New York? Where'd you hear it?
It's true, the whole company's moving to New York.
Taking everybody?
Excuse me.
Oh, Frank! Come here.
Well, what's...
Frank, do you know what I just heard?
Wait till I tell you what I just heard. The company is moving to New York.
That's nothing. Listen to this. The company's moving to New York.
That's what I said.
Oh. Oh, that's what you said. Right. Isn't it exciting?
Now, don't get too excited. The whole thing may be a rumor.
Oh, no. It's the truth. I know it's the truth because it came right from the horse's mouth. New York, New York. It's a heck of a town. The Bronx is up. The Battery's down. Honey, aren't you excited? Just think of all the fun we're going to have in New York. We're going to ride the taxi cabs. We'll go to the theater. We'll be overcharged for everything. What's the matter, darling?
Cara, there's something you don't understand. The company can't take everybody.
You mean they might not take me?
Oh, they'll take you. They have to. Who else could figure out your filing system?
Well, then Oh, Frank. You don't mean they might not take you? Honey, isn't that ridiculous? They have to take you.
All I know is I was in Burkhart's office a dozen times today, and he never said one word about it to me.
Well, they can't separate a husband and wife. That's inhuman.
Honey, as far as the company is concerned, we're not married.
Well, there ought to be a law.
There is. The company law. 2 people who are married to each other cannot be employed by Fenwick Industries. Well, let's not get too worked up about it. The whole thing may be a rumor.
That's right.
And again, it may be true.
That's right. Darling, why don't you just walk into Burkhart's office, sit down, get him to tell you the whole truth?
Oh, sure. Burkhart tell anybody anything? That man keeps secrets from himself.
Well, all I know is whenever I have a secret, you get it out of me. Why can't you do the same thing with Burkhart?
Why? Because the method I use on you wouldn't work on him. He'd never fall for it.
What method?
Free association.
How does it work?
Say the first word that comes into your mind. Cup.
Saucer.
Dog.
Cat.
Checkbook.
New hat. Honey, I was going to tell you.
Phew, free association, it never misses.
Gosh, Frank, you're smart. Or is it that I'm dumb?
We really don't need the summer place out at the lake. So if this real estate fella thinks he can get us a good price, I say let's sell. Well, if it's all right with you, my dear. Yes. Well, why don't you call me back and tell me what he says? Huh? Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Burkhart.
Morning. Moment, Miss Wilton.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just stand here and read this New Yorker magazine. You imagine that? There's a restaurant in here that serves a steak for $1.65. New York cut.
Miss Wilton, I believe you wanted to talk to me about the filing procedure in the plastics division.
Oh, yes, sir. Right here.
What's this?
Oh, is there a New York there that bothers you, sir?
There certainly is.
Oh, well, let me explain that. You see, the old method had the files in each department. But with this brand new York system, it's the files all together, you know?
Oh?
See, that way, the inactive files can be microfilmed and New Yorked away for filing. That saves the computer a lot of time, sir, because this way he can New York everything away.
Said it again.
Said what, sir?
New York. You keep saying New York.
Oh, Mr. Burkhart, if you want to talk about New York, go right ahead. I mean, associate.
But I don't want to talk about New York.
There, you said it, sir.
Said what?
New York.
Miss Wilton, I don't want to hear anything more about New York.
Then, New York means nothing to you?
Not a thing.
Oh.
New York. Hello. Oh, yes, dear. We'll discuss this later, Miss Wilton.
Oh, yes, and thank you so much, Mr. Burkhart. Thank you.
Yes, dear. Will you talk to him already? Well, what did he think we could get for the house? Really? Well, you tell him we're ready to sell. If it's all right with you, my dear. Oh, I think we could pack up and clear out in about 2 weeks. Yes. What is it, Miss Wilton?
Nothing, Mr. Burkhart. Not a thing.
I've worked, slaved, put in overtime. I've given up weekends, and what do I get?
Salami, pastrami, or ham?
Oh, anything. Boy, after all the money I've saved them, after all the loyalty I've given that company, they moved to New York and I'm not included. What's the explanation?
They don't want you.
Not they. Your boss, Burkhart, doesn't appreciate what I've done. Boy, I'd love to go in there tomorrow and tell him off, look him right in the eye.
Burkhart?
I know the company's not taking me to New York, and I consider that a raw deal. I think I deserve better after all I've done. What do you think he'd say?
Well, I think he'd say, Bridges. Bridges, old man, you're a good boy, old man.
Don't give me that old man routine, Burkhart. I've saved this company over $500,000 since I've been here.
Well, we can't take everybody.
Yeah, you think you can replace me with some kid fresh out of business school?
Don't tell me how to run my department.
I don't want to work where I'm not wanted.
Darling.
Don't darling me, Burkhart.
I don't like your attitude.
You're an absolute fool.
Yeah? Well, make your own sandwich.
Honey, what are we doing? No, no, you know, why aren't they taking me to New York?
They don't want you.
Yeah? Well, I am not going to wait to be fired. I'm going to write a letter of resignation to Burkhart right now.
Frank!
And I'm not going to pull any punches.
All right, honey, look. All right, if you want to write a letter, okay, if you've made up your mind. But at least be dignified about it. I mean, don't say anything you'll be sorry for.
Cara, you're absolutely right. This letter is going to be calm, quiet, and dignified. Dear Mr. Burkhart.
Well, can't get mad at that. Oh, no, honey, I think fathead is one word. Miss Wilton? Oh, hi, honey.
Listen, Red, have you finished copying my letter of resignation?
I'm almost finished with it.
Good. The sooner Burkhart gets it, the better I'll feel.
Frank? Ralph? Hey, did you hear the story about the company moving?
Yeah, moving to New York.
No. That was a story that was going around last night. Latest dope is they're moving to Canada because of the tax law.
Canada? Now, that doesn't make sense. Where did you hear that?
Roy Wilson in accounting, and you know it's on the level if it came from Roy. How do you like them apples, huh?
Roy Wilson?
Have you heard the company is moving to Alaska?
Alaska?
Something about no taxes.
It would serve them right if we all quit.
Oh, they'll get plenty of resignations.
They certainly will.
Where did you hear that? Ed Lindstrom. Okay, Roy, thank you. I'm going to track this thing down. Cara. Listen, that whole thing about the company moving, it's not true.
What?
It's nothing but a rumor. Listen, you didn't mail a letter, did you?
Oh, no.
I'm going back in my office and track that rumor down if it's the last thing I ever do.
Usual occupational hazard, Isabel? Chalk?
Worse, Miss Barker. Dandruff. I hate to turn my back on the kids. They probably call me Miss Snowflake.
Well, as a former sufferer who found a really outstanding dandruff shampoo, I have the formula for your problem. H and S, that's Head and Shoulders, plus H2O equals minus D for dandruff.
Head and Shoulders?
Unquestionably, Isabel, the finest dandruff shampoo I've found.
Lovely lather. If only it would work.
Well, little Miss Snowflake.
No more, Miss Barker. I've been using your formula.
Oh, yes, Head and Shoulders.
Oh, yes is right. It was a tough test, but
Head and Shoulders got an A.
with a big plus for leaving my hair nicer, too. It really works.
Yes, one dandruff shampoo that really works. Head and Shoulders helps control dandruff with just regular use.
Oh, there you are. Hello there. Say, listen, I mailed this letter for a friend of mine. Well, you see, he's not exactly a friend. But right now the situation's changed. And, well, I've got to get this letter back because if I don't, then this friend of mine, well, the one that isn't a friend, well, he won't be a friend anymore.
Don't say.
It's kind of important, you know.
Yes. Gee, I've always admired you fellas in your post office uniforms. You always look so neat, clean, efficient. My. Oh, that's it. Thank you so much. Well, if you want to know the truth, your pants need pressing.
Hello?
Oh, I don't think you realized how important it is about that letter, and I can't seem to find it in here.
You mean this one?
Yes.
Out.
And so does your coat.
Yes?
Oh, hi, Mr. Wagner. I just came by to pick up Mr. Burkhart's mail.
Sorry, we can only turn over the mail to the person whom it is intended for, or to other authorized personnel.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm authorized.
Yeah.
Let's see. Beasley, Busby, Burkhart. Thank you.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whom authorized it?
Whomever's authorized to authorize.
Out.
Mr. Wagner, I'm going to give you just 1 second to give me a simple yes or no answer. Are you or are you not going to give me Mr. Burkhart's mail?
No.
Oh, well, think it over. I'll wait.
You wait outside.
I must have that mail.
Out.
I was sent for that mail.
Out. Is that something?
Mr. Wagner, I'm going to level with you. I'm going to tell you the absolute truth. If Mr. Burkhart gets a certain letter, somebody's going to lose her job.
How come?
Well, I'm in love with Mr. Burkhart. Yes, you see, Anne, I wrote him this silly love letter, and now I realize how ridiculous it is, and, well, I've just got to get that letter back.
Don't worry, you don't have a thing to worry about, honest.
Then I can have the letter back?
Certainly not.
Mr. Wagner, if Mr. Burkhart gets that, can you see what will happen to me?
Believe me, it'll make his day.
Mr. Wagner!
Out. Out.
Ah, then you got it from Mabel at the switchboard, right? All right, thank you, Jim. Hello, switchboard. May I speak to Mabel, please?
Dump it? Let's get rid of that stuff first. Are we? $1.38 for 20 miles? Pick it up. And quit moving the cart around. Dump it? Okay, let her go.
What are you doing?
Just delivering your mail, sir.
I've been tracking down that rumor, and I might have guessed that you... What are you crying about? Honey, there's nothing to cry about. Everything is all right. There's no harm done. The letter wasn't mailed. You got rid of it. Didn't you? That no, you did, or no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, boy. In about 10 minutes, Burkhart will be opening his mail and bang.
You mean he hasn't opened his mail yet?
But what difference does a few minutes make when the sky is falling?
All the difference in the world when you're not standing under it.
Semmelmeyer, I've corrected the progress reports. Will you come in, please? Miss Wilton, where's Miss Hammelmeyer?
Miss Hammelmeyer was called away on an emergency by Mr. Bridges. Is there anything I can do for you, sir?
I'll call you if I need you.
Oh, well, I better take these.
What for?
Well, shouldn't your mail be filed, sir?
Before I've read it?
Oh, you do have a point there, sir. I was just trying to be efficient. Isn't there something I can do, sir?
No.
Let's see. Do you have everything, sir?
Yes.
Pencils? Would you like some paper clips?
No.
Stationery?
No.
Stamps?
No.
How about some envelopes, sir?
I have enough.
Would you like some coffee?
No.
Tea or milk?
No.
Is your desk neat enough for you, sir?
Miss Wilton, I have plenty of everything. I'll call you if I need you.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir.
Miss Wilton,
Yes, sir.
you seem to be standing on a letter.
I beg your pardon?
You're standing on a letter.
Oh, so I am. Is there something you want, sir? Oh, my. You mean this letter?
Bridges, come in here right away. This is disgraceful. Outrageous.
Good morning, Miss Wilton.
Goodbye, Mr. Bridges. Hey, Chicken Little, the sky is falling.
Mr. Burkhart, I can explain
This
about
is the most insulting letter I have ever read.
Oh, but Mr. Burkhart...
And the sender didn't even have the courage to sign his name to it.
Well, you just... It isn't signed?
It isn't signed.
It isn't signed.
It isn't signed.
An anonymous letter. Oh, sir, that is revolting.
Oh, I think that's terrible. Fathead, how awful. You are the most disgusting excuse for an
Miss
executive...
Walton, I've read it. I know what it says. Bridges, I want you to check every typewriter in the building. See if you can find the one that matches. I want this poison pen writer discovered. Find that typewriter.
Yeah, Mr. Burkhart, if I may say so, do you think that's a good idea, sir? No.
No, that's not a good idea. Why not?
Why not? Why dignify an anonymous letter by answering it? A thing like that is beneath Mr. Burkhart. He's too big a man.
Oh, that's true. He's too big.
Hmm?
A man.
Perhaps you're right. Why should I put myself on the same level with the person who wrote that?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Burkhart. For being so big.
Ordinarily, a letter like this wouldn't bother me. Well, the fact is, I am a little upset. See, I heard a story that the company is moving to New York. Why wouldn't Mr. Fenwick tell me about it? Unless... Do you think?
But gee, Mr. Burkhart, why don't you try writing him a letter?
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes. Salem softness freshens your taste. Salem softness freshens your taste. Smoke Salem cigarettes.
Salem gives you a modern filter, plus rich tobacco taste, smoothed with menthol, softened with fresh air. For Salem's special paper breathes in fresh air with every puff to bring you Salem's air-softened taste.
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes.
Salem softness freshens your taste.
You know what gets me, sweetheart?
What gets you?
Well, to think you almost lost your job because of that ridiculous rumor. Boy, if I could get my hands on the person that started it.
I'd like to get my hands on her, too.
Yeah. Her?
Gee, with you, it's always a her.
Oh. Well, anyway, I promise you one thing, Frank. I'll never believe another rumor again as long as I live, so help me. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hi, Betty. What? You're kidding. Where'd you hear that? Oh, really? Just a minute, Betty. Frank, wait till you hear this. Betty just heard a story from the boy in the mailroom. It seems this girl is madly in love with Mr. Burkhart, and she wrote him this incriminating love letter, and now she's trying to get it back, and she can't. I'm all ears. Go on. Really? She didn't.
The Cara Williams Show has been brought to you by Salem, the filter cigarette that brings you a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. Salem softness freshens your taste.
Cara!